Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. It's Amelia Zontini with Body Breathe Awareness. So good to meet you here on the path. So, tonight we're going to activate our systems with getting up and moving. It's a little new adjustment. I'd love to invite you all to participate because I'm done with the slides and I want to get on my feet and I want to do this. I want to activate the material that we have been working on for over a year now. And we're going to just get up and go. And this is brave for me. Put myself on camera, present these tools and techniques, and improv my way through 12 workshops of sessions focusing on regulating ourselves with compassionate care. So, with that said, this is the intermediate phase. We're no longer in the beginner phase. And if you're catching me tonight, that means that it's very possible you need and require to go back to workshop 1 and begin with those trainings that scaffold on top of each other. Because the language that I will use tonight means that I am speaking to you as if you have already gone through this work, through the slides and the 12 previous workshops. If it feels fast, it's because we're in it. So I challenge you to go back to where it all began and see where I'm coming from. I do this to include everyone. I feel that the work is easy to learn, but if there's something that I refer to tonight that you feel like you'd like some more education on, go back to workshop 1 and watch each workshop as we scaffold onto the learning of the tools and techniques that assist us in regulating ourselves with compassionate care. Okay, so I'm going to take my timer, setting it to 15 minutes. Let's see how far we can go with this. Now, the goal is to feel more centered and more neutral and more activated in your awareness of where you are in the present moment. The goal is to understand what our neutral baseline is, so that when we go up and down from that neutral baseline, what feels like peace to me inside of my operating system, I then understand if I've gone above or below an area that feels like inner peace, which means, as I have said, emotions are energetic signals that we have simply stepped out of our neutral centered awareness. So this is to encourage everyone here on this call, live or on the replay, to establish what your grounded neutral centered awareness feels like in your operating system. So let's go. Cover the space. All I'm doing is taking the space that's available to me and I'm walking the space. Cover the space. At this time, I'm simply checking in. I'm simply feeling the way my body's moving, noticing where I might have areas of tension, utilizing the space that I have available, and feeling my feet hit the ground. I'm feeling my arms. I'm feeling my legs. I'm checking in with my brain. How do I feel? Am I feeling overloaded? Am I feeling ready to release? Am I feeling stressed? Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling like I'm ready to flow into this? All of this to say, this is just me checking in with my body, covering the space. And a lot of times we do this when we are standing on set or in line at the grocery store. We're simply standing on our feet. Now, a lot of times when we are in a current situation, our minds are taking us into a different situation. Our ideas, our thoughts, our words are navigating us into a story that may not necessarily connect where we are in the present moment. Cover the space is one of those small tools and techniques where we can actually let our body know, I'm checking in. I'm just going to move the stool out of the way. I'm checking in. Now, a more advanced move might be to speed up what my neutral is. So if I'm working slowly, I might want to speed up my pace. If I'm walking high, I could try to walk low. I can go up, I can go down. And we're warming up our system to feel present in the current moment. The trick, I encourage us all to let go of the judgment, release the shame and the pain and the blame for where you might be feeling achy or tight, and just acknowledge it as an opportunity now to release what is no longer serving us. So covering the space, simple beginner activity. Now I'm going to invite you to just settle in to a space that you can confidently root your feet to. Now, if you're seated, because right now, wherever you are in this timeline isn't allowing you to stand, that's okay too. Settle in. You might find yourself in a position where you can't feel or see your feet. That's okay too. That's when we can use our imagination. So see yourself as a whole person, a whole human, with the head attached to the neck, attached to the shoulders, attached to the arms, attached to the trunk, attached to the legs. We've got feet, we've got toes, and we're settling into a spot. Using the metaphor of the tree, we are acknowledging, we are looking down, and we are seeing where our appendages are rooted in the floor beneath us. See the floor beneath you. Know that every step that got you to this place is your progress, okay? We have roots, trees have roots. Imagining those roots just uncoiling underneath our feet, like energetic connection to the earth in which we live. And if you have been watching me, you know I love the feedback coming from our astronauts. Remember, we are on planet Earth. Think about it like this. We are one. There is no division when you look at Earth from space. We are on a floating spaceship in the middle of a galactic atmosphere, and we are all working together. We are one. So imagining I am a tree, I am part of a forest of trees, and we all are rooted. So feel those and see those roots just going down to the center of the earth, connecting with that one love. So feel that, really feel that connection, connecting us to the ability to restore ourselves, to rejuvenate ourselves, to reset ourselves. We see that in evidence all around us in nature. We can connect in nature. We use the metaphor of the tree. Good, great. So you've rooted yourself. Your legs can be about hip width apart. You want to feel like you could navigate a push and a pull and also still feel grounded. I also just like to imagine that when we're grounding, it's an energetic security blanket to ground ourselves. Those of you who work in electricity know the importance of having proper electronic grounding before you go and working with high voltage. Well, you are a high voltage living being. So ground your roots, seek it in, breathe. Good. Okay, from there, you want to feel your arms, and you can do a little shake. So everything has an energetic push and pull here on Earth. And as we can imagine, we are rooted. The trunk of our body is like a trunk of the tree. And using our imagination, you can really focus in on what makes me whole. My love for life, my curiosity for others, my attempt to be as honest as possible, my perseverance, my grit, my constantly knowing there's something more out there for me, my intuition. These are aspects of me that I can ground into. They are core aspects of me. So what are some core aspects of you? Imagining that you can ask that question and get an answer. Now, also a fun, I've done this. I reached out to a select group of people that I know care about me, and I asked them, what do you think and see are core aspects of who I am? What makes me me? And that can be fun to get feedback from folks, because we're not always able to access that about ourselves. We might actually easily see that about a friend or a coworker or a family member. And then when the attention turns to us, we might feel disconnected to the true value of who we are. So calling a friend can be a good solution. So now our feet are grounded, our trunk is activated in our core essence of who we are. Our arms are like branches and they move and sway like through the winds, and they can change and they can shift and they can grow. So we're just kind of, I know, as I see myself, I realize how silly this might feel, but we can shake it, we can move it, and this is all to activate a present moment. Now, imagining that just like trees, you have a crown on your head. So imagine, how do trees receive the nutrients? Through a process of photosynthesis. And they are absorbing the nutrition of the sun. So using your imagination, imagine a sun full and bright, shining down on you and opening up the crown of your head. And you can activate your system by simply talking it through. So I'm grounding my roots. I'm recognizing that I am, that I am, that I am. I am, that I am. I am, that I am. I'm moving through this world. I am always changing. And I'm going to open myself up to all that is possible in this moment. I'm tired. Can I possibly access more energy? I'm confused. Please shine a light on what I need to let go of and what I can invite more of in. And invite only that which is serving you. Meaning any energetic aspect of what's showing up that feels off center. Too much of anything can send us off center. So try to utilize a gauge where you can feel more at core. So if a thought shows up and it feels off to what is in disaligning with your core aspect of you, it may not be yours to take seed. Okay, so now we are present, can look around the room, and we can identify that I am an important piece of the space that I'm taking up. So take up space, breathe in, and breathe out. Another breath in through your nose, and exhale. So this was cover the space, leading into a strong standing pose, a tree pose that accesses our opportunity to be who we are and our authentic self. Now, we're going to activate a breath that allows us to breathe in more of what we are looking for. So, be still. I like to put a hand on my heart and one hand on my belly. I like to tap. Activating my heart space. I can close my eyes. Breathe in. And remember, we are working to expand our belly. So when you inhale, you breathe, expand your belly, and exhale, contract your belly. Breathe in and relax. No one's judging us here, right? We're just going to let go and contract. Nice, nice. Now, the next time you do this, imagine your breath is moving through your heart space and all the vital organs to expand your belly, full of breath. And then when you exhale, you just bring your navel to your spine, bring the air up through your heart space, through your throat chakra, and out your mouth. Okay, breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Imagining that as you breathe in, your heart is expanding, the connective tissues are expanding, we are receiving more air. And when we're just breathing from our chest area, it can be rather restrictive. So we want to really get into our belly. When we sleep, we actually go into diaphragmatic breathing. And when we can consciously choose that while we are awake, we are activating our system for more rest and digest breathing. Breathing in. At this time, I invite you to think of someone or something or some place that brings you joy. Breathe in. Let that imagination really kick in as you breathe. Put yourself with that person or that something or that someplace. And as you breathe in and out of your heart space now, allow that feeling of sensation to expand all through your body. Joy, happiness. Breathe in joy, and when you breathe out, spread the joy around you. Take a few more minutes with this breath. Inner focus on neutral centered awareness. What we are generating from the inside can be expanded to the outside all around us. Okay, my friends, that concludes our 15 minutes. I'm gonna just do a quick shakeout. Bouncing up and down, moving your hands up over your head and down. Anytime we activate our bodies, we want to do it safely and at a pace that feels good to us. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you feel a little more energetic, a little more neutral. And again, we're going to just be expanding and growing on this. So I'll see you next month. I love you. Be well.